Will you have a job next year? That's the big question. Thank you for watching Financial Fix with Sharnella. Today we are going to talk about AI. A lot of people are talking about AI. And in a lot of ways, AI is a wonderful tool. I'm starting to use it more myself. I used to, because I didn't understand it before, I avoided using AI. But I found that it is very useful. And so I use it to help with my marketing, to also kind of refine the way that I bring my messages to the people that I speak to. But on the flip side, it seems that with every positive thing, there's always a little bit of negativity that comes with it. And what I mean by that is, my husband brought an article to me probably last week or so. It's pretty troubling. The article is written by a person named Shireen Shabu. And this article outlines the fact that although we see the commercials often with Amazon hiring, mentioning that they start benefits the first day that you start your job, which is a great, great thing. Not to mention, they are the second largest employer in the world, this report says. It's very troubling to hear and to read that robots could start to replace human jobs, jobs that humans could have been employed for in the future, and most likely they will start taking over jobs of people who are currently employed. So this article goes on to say that, you know, Amazon, the second largest employer in the world, with 1.5 million workers depending on them for their livelihoods. This company, according to the New York Times, reported that the fact that they are going to Amazon produce more robots to help automate their system and make their business run more efficiently, great for them. As a result of that, it could replace 600,000 human jobs that would have existed by the year 2033. Now, Amazon didn't come out and tell New York Times this information, but this information was leaked. And so this was probably something that Amazon really didn't want us to know, because like I said, we see the commercials, we see where Amazon is constantly hiring, but at the same time, it's a little misleading from my perspective, because if you're hiring today, knowing that in the future, you just may replace the job with, a robot, do I really want to interview at your company? Do I really want to work for your company, knowing that my job could be short term? I think most people are looking for long-term employment. They're looking for stability because they have families, and even if they don't have families, they have themselves to support. They have bills to pay. So, like I said, although AI is a beautiful and a wonderful tool, we do have to be careful, because when you look at the fact that a machine never stops working, unless, of course, if you don't maintain regular maintenance on this machine, this equipment, it eventually will break down. But a machine such as AI or computers, they don't take coffee breaks, they don't take lunch breaks, they don't have families that they have to get home to, so they'll work round the clock 24/7. They don't take vacations. So from that perspective, humans, are we in trouble? I mean, when you really think about it, AI is the perfect employee. So my point in bringing this article to you guys is because I want you to be aware that you may not be in immediate I would say, danger of losing your job, or AI may not be an immediate threat to your employment, but in the future it could be, because AI is so efficient. I mean, I fought it before, and I did not like the fact that AI was moving in so many different industries, but I realized that it's not going away. And so rather than shy away from it, learn how to use it, how to use the tool effectively. But in the process, because it is so effective, like I said, there's some of you out there who may not have a job a year from now, 2 years from now. I mean, look at Walmart. Walmart has, one of the Walmart stores that I was in just recently, I think they have like almost 25 to 30 registers, but only 2 or 3 of them are open. Where do most people go? They go to the self-checkout. Who's at the self-checkout? One human being manning about 5 to 10 of those self-checkout registers. So already we began to see slowly how computers are taking over human jobs, and they're taking them away from people who need them the most. And my question to these big organizations, not just Amazon, but all the other companies that are thinking about using AI or machines to automate their business services and things of that nature to make their businesses more efficient, the jobs that are going to be replaced, where are these people going to find employment? So it isn't just one company that is doing this as far as eliminating or reducing their workforce. When you have multiple industries doing this all at the same time, that raises the unemployment levels. And when you raise the unemployment levels, my question to you is, for these businesses, who's going to be able to afford your products? If a lot of people are out of work and they're struggling, how on earth are they going to pay their bills? But even more so, how are they going to go on the website and purchase all the things that Americans purchase that majority of the time they don't need anyway? So me being a financial coach, I'm here to warn you now to stop spending your money frivolously. Stop spending your money in a way that isn't beneficial for you. Start investing in items that actually hold value. Now, I'm wearing a hoodie and it says, I got bank. What about you? How much money is in your bank account today? If you only have a few $1,000s in your bank account today, what is your goal for next year? What is your savings goal for 2026? Wouldn't you want to have your bank account read 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000? If you don't have tens of thousands of dollars in the bank, why on earth are you constantly buying things you don't need, having packages delivered to your door every single week, and for some people, a couple of times a week? You got to think about, things may be good today, but what about tomorrow? What if tomorrow or next year your boss came to you and said, oh, I'm so sorry, but you were a great worker, but we just don't need you anymore. I mean, you take vacations. You're human. You need time off to rest your mind, your body. You need self-care. But now we can replace you with a machine that doesn't need any of that. It doesn't ask questions. It doesn't second guess you. It does whatever I tell it to do. And we as humans, for the majority of us, we just aren't built that way. We think independently. We have human emotions. We need time off, because who wants to work 24/7 around the clock? We have to sleep. We have to eat. Machines don't sleep. They don't eat. So if your job may be threatened by a machine, you're in competition with a machine, majority of us are not going to win that. And so my point is not to scare you. My point is to make you prepared. Every week that you get your paycheck, think of it as potentially your last. And if this was your last paycheck, would you be online ordering stuff that you don't need? Would you be out there spending, money on expensive items that you don't necessarily have to spend your money on? So let's give it as an example. We all need clothing, we all need shoes, but we don't necessarily need the most expensive clothing, we don't need the most expensive shoes. What we need is decent clothing, decent shoes that is sufficient for the purpose. I choose to wear clothing that my daughter and I have decided to make. We have a company called Motivational Expressions, and the reason that we opened this business is because we wanted to inspire and motivate people to be the best version of themselves, while at the same time providing something for them, or an item that is something that they need, right? Everyone needs clothing. But like this hoodie that I'm wearing, it's just $42. And it is a nice, very nice, warm, comfortable hoodie. I had other hoodies I've washed like 10, 15 times, and they still hold their look, and they look very nice. So what I'm saying to you is, if you're going to spend your money, spend it wisely. Spend it on things that you need, but you don't have to spend it on name brand items that aren't going to inspire you to be the best that you can be. A lot of times when you're buying name brand items, you're paying a lot more for some merchandise that really the quality isn't better than something else of the same type of product or design that costs less. So start thinking more carefully about your future and how you spend your money. So I'm going to go on and finish reading this article here, because there's a lot in here that, like I said, was pretty troubling. Currently, robots help Amazon warehouse workers with tasks ranging from sorting items to packaging them for shipment. According to the Wall Street Journal, Amazon utilizes robots in 75% of its deliveries. And the Times viewed leaked internal Amazon documents showing that the company is exploring building and using more robots to replace future human hirees. The robots would allow Amazon to not have to hire new employees in the future to meet increasing demand for its products, according to the documents. So again, one of the second largest employers in the world want to decrease the amount of people that they hire, but they still expect their volume to continue. Well, that can only happen if people don't wisen up. The holidays are coming, and we're being told, come shop over here, come buy this. It's okay to buy gifts. I'm not saying that, people shouldn't buy gifts. I'm not a Grinch. Are we going to have Christmas gifts under our tree? For sure we are. But we're just going to spend a sensible amount of money, and we're not going to put that on our credit cards and then not be able to pay for them, or put the purchase of the gifts on the credit card and then spend all year to pay it off. What I'm saying is, spend sensibly and wisely. They're using this as an example. The warehouse in Louisiana has reduced staffing needs already by 25% due to automation, with similar models planned nationwide. So this model that they rolled out at their Louisiana warehouse is working so well. They've got about 1,000 robots and 2,000 employees. So I wonder how long before they create more robots to replace the 2,000 employees that they have. So again, for people who are Amazon workers, for people who are considering becoming an Amazon worker, just know that in the near future, you may not have a job. Now, Amazon did report that they are still hiring people for the holidays. Yeah, temporary jobs. So they'll hire you during their peak season when everybody's out there unwisely spending like crazy, buying gifts and ordering multiple packages that they really don't need. While the volume is high, yeah, we'll go ahead and bring our humans in. But then once everything calms down and at the top of the year, when we no longer need you, bye-bye. Do you really want to be treated that way? My whole point is I want you to start thinking about your finances in a different way. I want you to start creating a bank for yourself. Stop banking everyone else's bank account and start banking your bank account. So you can one day say, I got bank. And when you look at your bank account, you've got tens of thousands of dollars in the bank. And if you find yourself in a position where either you lose your job or you decide you want to walk away, you can do so with ease without worrying about how you're going to pay your mortgage or your rent or put food on the table or buy any of the necessities that you or your family members need. Let's get wise, people, and stop looking at all the eye candy out there. There's advertisements everywhere of how you can spend your money on this item and that item. And I tell you, they've got some really cool items out there. When I go to the mall, like I was at the mall a couple of weeks ago, I just had to put my hand up and tell my daughter, okay, let's walk real fast because there's the Michael Kors store, there's the Coach store, and I love those purses. Yes, I do have those purses. And yes, I do spend my money sometimes on name brand items, but I never break the bank. One of my investments is paying for it. Not to mention, I already have tens of thousands of dollars in the bank. Let's get you there first. Pay yourself first. Don't become a victim of a job loss. Okay? So maybe you're not working for Amazon, maybe you never have, never will, but whatever industry you're in right now, pay very close attention. Because if AI comes for your job, you might not be any better off than these Amazon workers are going to be in the future. So thank you for watching Financial Fix with Sharnella. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Again, it wasn't to scare you, but it's to motivate you to start making changes with regards to the way that you spend your money. Your paycheck is your pot of gold. Are you going to freely give it away? Or are you going to invest it to make more money? Are you going to save it and keep more of your pot of gold for yourself than giving it away to others who already have a huge pot of gold? So let's be more wise about how we spend our money. And as always, if you want to reach out to me and have a conversation about how you can start a savings plan or how you can start budgeting more carefully, you can email me, sharnella@sharnellaclark.com. Hope to hear from you soon. If you like my content, please like and subscribe.